Alright everyone, here's, I'm gonna try to go as quick as I can, to make this a video here. I found a spare Aputure LS 1S, daylight panel in my gear storage, and it's been sitting for a while collecting dust, so, um, I kind of want to make good use of it now that I have Aputure Nova P300c and a couple P600cs coming. So, the one thing that I didn't really like about the light is the LEDs, and there was no soft panel, and you kind of had to put this soft box around this thin panel, which was kind of a pain. It does have the barn doors on it, obviously. So what I ended up doing is I noticed that there was like an eighth of an inch slots in all four corners here. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's definitely like a slot in here, and there's even a thinner, tinier slot in the left and right sides, very thin. And so what I ended up doing was I got some custom cut high acrylic, and I kind of turned it into a soft panel. So that's going to kind of what I'm going to be showing today, and how to do it pretty easily as well. Super easy. There's a couple bolts, and this thing actually just slides in from whichever side that you take off, and it's a perfect fit. So I got two sizes cut here. This one is like 1/16 of an inch, and it actually slides into the left and right slots here. These ones are an eighth of an inch, so a little bit thicker, but you can't get them into the side. So I got two size cuts. Here's the thicker one. Here's the eighth of an inch, so about twice the size, obviously. And this one will only lock in on the top and bottom, not the left and right sides, which, I mean, it's fine because it can still hold in pretty solid. So I'm going to show that right now. So with the Aputure facing like this with the power cord, you want to take off the top bolts here. These top ones here. So there's three. One at the left side, one in the center, and one on the right. So you just want to take these off. So I'm going to just tighten this here so it's steady. There we go. So I'm just going to take these off real quick. And I'm going to show you. Take off this one. And I say don't take off the bottom because that's where the barn door is also attached to, and it's just unnecessary to take that off. Unless, of course, after you do this modify, you may want to take off the barn doors if you don't want it anymore. So, and then this piece, it just pops out. It just falls out essentially. So you can grab it from each side and then out. And then here you can see there's the slot in the front here. Sorry. See, there's this tiny, like, 1/16 of an inch slot. So I'm going to grab my thinner one. I'm going to grab the thin one, and it's going to go right into the slot here. Just like that. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And it's going to slide all the way in. I'm going to put it back down here. Sorry, the barn door is stuck in the way, of course. Whoopsies. I gotta go in over the barn door. There we go. There we go. Slides in. Just like that. Nice and perfect. It gives it a nice little softbox. This also goes back on fine to keep it nice and snug. I am just going to power it on so you can see kind of what it looks like at 10% to give you an idea, to see how the LEDs look. And unfortunately, I don't have that special meter to test to see how much of a color shift there is. So, but there it is there. So this is 10%. So you can kind of see the different types of the LEDs to make it daylight balanced here. So I'm going to go ahead and crank it up. We'll see what the camera cell phone does, unfortunately. So there's at 100%. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell because of the camera's just going to adjust to the light. So I'm just going to turn it back down to 10%. So 10%, unless I can try focus on something else. Let's see if I can focus on something else. There we go. Almost worked there for a second. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. So yeah. So there it is there. So just kind of note how that looks. Now I'm going to put the thicker one in. So this is 16ths of an inch cut of high quality acrylic. Now I'm going to put the 1/8 inch in, which only goes on the top and bottom, and it just fits loosely on the side. So I can just slide it in and push it in at the top and drop it in. See? So this one is going to be a little bit more softer. So, and then once you have this inside the top slot here, you can put this back on and screw this on again, and then it's perfectly snug. So for me, I'm going to probably keep the thicker one on, just because it will be a little bit softer, obviously, because it's thicker. And I'm just going to blast it up again. See, again, you can't tell, but to me it looks pretty good. Again, I don't have a tack meter to test this, but it definitely is softer. I did do the tests already just on a couple objects, just to see on my camera, and it's definitely softer. So that's all I wanted to show. So I'm just going to take this guy out. See, this one can just slide in from the top. And this one is cut, the thinner one, to slide in through the sides, because you can't get it in from the top. You have to go from the sides like this. So you have to slide this one on. This one is cut 12 inches by 8.5 inches. So 12 by 8.5 exactly at 1/16 of an inch. So it can slide into the left hand side. And this one here is cut 11 3/4 by by 8.5. So it's still 8.5 high, because for whatever reason there's only the tiny slot in the left and right sides, but in the top and bottom there's a lot more space, so that allows for you to just slide this in, and it's pretty much like flush against the left and right sides. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want the thicker one, which I would recommend to get a bit more softer, it's 11 3/4 and 8.5 inch high. So yeah, and other than that, yeah, that's pretty much about it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I just went to my local acrylic shop that we surprisingly had here in our city, and he was able to do that for me, no problem. And yeah, so again, thanks for watching. Let me know if you all have any questions. Have a good day, everyone.